Hi everybody, Brett back, Altitude Scale Modeling with another Sprue review. This time we're going to be looking at the new Zoukei Mura F-4E Phantom II Early. Starting next year I'm going to do quite a bit of Vietnam builds in honor of my father. I'm going to start with this one. There's some planes, some ships. Not exclusively Vietnam, but a bunch. And I've never built the Zoukei Mura kit. I love the color scheme of the Vietnam era Phantoms. This is kit number 10. Here's some pictures of the built-up box, built-up plane. So we're going to sit down, switch the camera around, take a look at this new kit from, well, it's not a new kit, this has been out for a while. I think at least a year, maybe two. And you know, if you speak Japanese, or you can use Google Translate, there you go. So, let me switch the camera around and we'll get this going. Alright, let's get started looking at the contents of this box. F-4E Early Phantom II. My next aircraft build, starting in a week or so. And let's see what's in the box. Zoukei Mura always makes great, highly detailed kits. Some people would say over-detailed, but that's not for this discussion right now. Oops. So, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 12 screws of plastic, instructions, decals. And we are going to start right here with the fuselage halves and other bits. Usual, nice. I've reviewed Zoukei Mura kits before. They always have very good rivet detail, panel line detail. The plastic's good, everything goes all the way around. The molding is excellent. This is unlike the Academy Phantom and some other Phantoms where the fuselage is one piece and you touch the wings to the bottom. This is old style with fuselage halves. You got your intakes here. Some of your other parts with nice detail. There's the top of the tail. Two different ones, molded in one piece, each of them. Inside, got a little bit of detail, structural detail. And there's some ejector pin marks in these intakes, but they'll probably be covered. All right. And we shall move on to the wing sections. Here you've got the lower wing, tops of the wings, ailerons, tips of the wings. All looking very nice, same detail, same level of quality detail, rivet detail, panel line detail, strengthening plate right there. Nice touch. So your wing tips, one piece. There, I've already got the angle built into them. You just slide them into place. I'm not sure if this has folding wing tips. We'll look at that in the instructions. Ailerons are one piece. Good detail for your speed brake area. Again, strengthening bars. Inside, nothing to really get in the way. Again, these are molded in one piece. So you got your strengthening bars. You've got your tips of your wing tips. Tips of your wing tips. There's some detail for the top of the landing gear bay, right there. Looking good, both of them. All right, so wings. Next. I'm thinking these are the tail planes. And this is the center spine. So you won't have a center seam line. Hopefully this fits in there perfectly. Some pylons. Launch rails. I believe that's part of the front coaming. This almost looks like the circuit breaker panel for the inside. You have to see in the instructions, you got your wheel hubs. Center spine's got nice detail, access panels. Your pylons and launch rails are all one piece molded. Bunch of other nice small detailed parts. Again, your tail planes, one piece throughout. Be careful removing these. All right. Here, use my knife again. Very nice detail on the engines. First stage compressor blades, your landing gear, beefy looking landing gear, tires, the framing for your landing gear bays. Be careful cutting these out. You have to do a little cleanup. But yeah, nice detailed engines. I don't know if there's any access ports or panels open just to display these, or if there's a stand to display them outside. Exhaust nozzles, open and closed. Your tires do not look flat spotted. Neither your nose wheel does not either. Your afterburner ring. Landing gear bay side walls. Again, nicely detailed, both sides. Here's your intakes. They, you can see, there's an ejector pin marking there and there, but there's not a lot of them, and I don't know if you'd be able to see them. You have to put them together to find out. But they go all the way back to the engines, so you don't have a big gap opening in the way. So just be careful removing all these cross hatches, because you have to do some sanding inside of there, more than likely. And that's the last of the big ones. Oops. I didn't show you much of the detailed landing gear, did I? So, here's your main gear legs. Big and beefy. No real burr line on there. And then your front, same thing, no real big burr line on there. Looks good. And there's more on this one than the main gear legs. I don't know if I can see it, but it's there. Okay, looks like the cockpit sides, bulkheads, ejector seats, padding for the seats, around the canopy, launch rails for the ejector seats, grab handles for the ejector seats. I'd say floor and sidewalls, if I had to guess. So there's good detail on the sides of the seats, on the cushions, the bulkheads. And with Zoukei Mura, you have come to know they're going to give you as much detail as they can, sometimes too much, in the opinion of some people. Things you'll never see, like pistons inside of engine cylinders and stuff, but if you do open up the engine, there they are. So there you go. Interior tub and various parts to go with it. And the next one, we're just going down the top of the little bags now. The nose is in here. Your nose cone, your bay doors, your speed brakes. I guess this is the main landing gear bay. Sorry, the front landing gear bay. Looks like your gun port. Some vents. Doors look nice, flaps. speed brakes. And on the other side of the speed brakes, you get detail and no ejector pin marks. Very good. On both of them. Very good. Inside of these doors here, same thing. No ejector pin marks, just detail on these doors. So nicely detailed throughout. Oh, sorry, I needed some water. So here we have, make sure, 2 matching sprues and in separate bags. We're just going to open one of them. This has got Sparrow missiles, Sidewinder missiles it looks like, and boarding ladders. Be careful with these boarding ladders, there's 2 of them, 2 different sprues. But your fins, your missile heads, you're going to have to line all this up yourself. But, you know, a lot of us have been doing that for years with every other kit since we were a kid, until Great Wall Hobby came out with slide molded weapons where they're all put together. So, a little tricky, but it can be done. Just be careful. Same with, I mean, the good thing is your missiles themselves are one piece, so you won't have a seam line on them. There's not a real burring problem on either of them. So 2 of Sprue N, which is weapons, and a boarding ladder. Okay, and what about this one? B and F. So these are 2 different sprues. These are some of your large fuel tanks. There's detail, access panels. It's like another gear leg and arrestor hook. Big beefy arrestor hook there. So these are 2 different kinds of drop tanks. I'm sure one's a centerline tank and one's a wing tank. But I could be wrong, but nice detail. Should go together well. Then this one has another fuel tank and some more Sparrow and Sidewinders. So I don't know if they're all centerline tanks, you just have various sizes. But the instructions will let us know. But again, great detail. 1-piece molded missile bodies. You can just put the 1-piece molded control surfaces on. And let's keep on going. These are going to be pylons, launch rails, pylons, multiple ejector racks, sniper pods. These very tiny, probably sway braces. These are in halves, launch rails are not. The multiple ejector racks and triple ejector racks are not. They're one and beautifully detailed. There's your, pretty sure there's gonna be your sway braces. This is Sprue S. And we're getting close to the end. 3 more. Somewhere I put the clear parts. Another fuel tank. Okay, so this is F. We already looked at this one. There's two of F's as well. And Sprue E is more control surfaces. Folded in halves. There you go. Flaps. And this one, last but not least, is your instrument panels. Front combing, side panels, and instrument panels. Nicely detailed. I'll probably get a Quinta Studio set or something. But if you have the time and the talent, and if there's decals, they're going to be tiny. Everything's raised on those panels. And you can add wiring because you can see through the back of it. All right, now let me see if I can find what I do with the clear parts. Here they are, the bottom of my pile. That wasn't very good planning on my part, was it? So, you've got a one-piece canopy closed, and you can have the canopy opened. And Zoukei Mura clear parts are always very good. As you can see, no distortion. The only real curving is around where, of course, it curves. Very clear, not very thick. And there is no center line at all. And you've got raised framing on the front one. Very nice. Put them back so they don't get damaged. Now we've got instructions and decals. So, you've got this little set of stencils separate, so I'm guessing whatever stencil 400 is was wrong. Then you've got Phantom, so you've got, this goes up to 383, 389. You've got at least 400 decals. You do have instrument panel decals right here. All the stencils. Then there's your markings. There's only one marking option in here, so you can either buy aftermarket decals or make Betty Lou. I do want to do a shark mouth version, just not sure if it's Betty Lou I want to do. Although Betty Lou can be good. All right. Then, advertising for Zoukei Mura kits. Beautiful aircraft throughout. Then, color call out, which is the size of the kit. So this is 1:1 scale. So you could just make a copy of it and cut out your camouflage masking by using this. The top and bottom are not life size, 1:1 scale. This is the size of the kit. And as you can see, there's going to be, this is just the main decals. This is the stencil placement, as on all Phantoms. Two-sided. And yeah, it goes to about 400. So, finally, your instructions. All right, let me get another drink here. Water. So, a little information about the F4 in English and Japanese. You can pause it and read it at your leisure. Then your warnings and your instructions, try out different positions of things, lowered flaps, closed air brakes, lowered or raised horizontal stabilizers, internal hard points. Then tools, color callouts, which is Mr. Color, Vallejo, and that's it. So you just have to figure out which one you want to go with. Then you're going to start, of course, with your cockpit. And it is giving you what to paint. That's what all these M's are, I think. Nope, that's not what those are. Those are the part numbers. No, they're not. 41. Yeah, those are the part numbers. Sprue M part 41. Okay, it's showing you how everything goes together. This with the little paint bottles, your color callouts. More cockpit, lots of detail, lots of painting. The next thing here, the contents and layout of the cockpit are very different between the Navy and the Air Force type. The biggest difference is the presence of the control stick in the back seat in the Air Force type. Interesting, I didn't know that. Then you get your canopy framing, all the parts that go on it. It's nice, important, check this first. Before you put your cockpits together, it's telling you to make sure you check things that are done right. Putting your cockpit halves together and painting and stuff inside before you put the cockpit halves together. Fuselage outer panels, so your center spine. Back of the fuselage in the canopy area. Putting your nose in. Cut the undergates. So, center spine going in. I'm looking to see if there's nose weight. There's your gun barrel. And it's not saying nose weight. And I don't know if Phantoms are tail sitters. But if there are, it'd either be in the nose. And like I said, it's telling you to cut off the undergates, probably for the fit. And it gives you the names of everything, the nose cone, the pitot tube, which of course I wouldn't put on till the end, your gas purge intake. So it's giving you names of all your parts, giving you a front view. I like how doing this. This is the fin tip you're going to use. And yeah, I do not see anything for nose weight. So hopefully I'm either missing it if I need it, or it's not a tail sitter. And you're working on the engines. Again, these engines are really nicely detailed. Again, cut under gates. There is an engine mount here, an engine stand, which is the parts of the sprue runner eye. So the whole sprue of eye, you cut out these parts here to make, what is on sprue eye? The engines. Okay, so you're cutting out this, and they are detailed, as you can see. And then this, and this, and this. Very good, Zoukei Mura. Use as much of the plastic as you can. So you can display the engines outside if you want to. Well, one of them anyway. your intakes. There are a lot of instructions in here, so make sure you read it because it's helping you. You know, there's a faint convex molding on this part, but it should not be used with the early production E-type, so please shave it off with a hobby knife. So this is also parts for the late model of the E, apparently. Your engine mounting, rear view of your engine mounting, wing halves going together, nose gear door actuator. You didn't have to put, so you're putting your fuselage and your wings together, you did not have to put your landing gear in before your assembly, fortunately. Side view, front views, again, great detail. Your lineup of that, and you're doing your intakes, showing you how to put your intakes, how to paint your intakes. A lot of reading involved in this. You know, there's a wedge-shaped splitter plate. Read all of this stuff if you ever have a mind. Because there's options here, closed or open nozzles, a zoom view of how it should look, your raised position for your flaps, your lowered position for your flaps, the 60-degree angle, 16.5-degree angle. Yes, they look very busy, and this does look kind of complicated if you're not used to it. Your outer wing and your leading edge flaps, slats, wing tips, ailerons, front view of how it should look, 12-degree angle. Leading edge flaps again. They're calling them leading edge flaps, but we call them leading edge slats. Tail hook. Or rester hook, sorry. And then you got your stabilizers or stabilators. And these are how you decide what position you want it. You have 3 options: upward facing, downward facing, level. So you have 3 options for the rear stabilators. And you start putting all your landing gear, legs together, and wheels. Doors, your main gear, there's your doors. You're working on the main gear and the doors, which of course you're going to put on after painting. It says, after attaching landing gear, do not put the plane on the ground, but let it dry completely for 1 night and then ground it. 85-degree angle for, I guess, the angle of that door. Temperature probe. Wow, there's so much detail on here. I'd be marking off sections as I went. Finish 34, put an X on it. Canopy open, canopy closed. That's why I do these sprue reviews, so you can look at this and go, there's no way I'm going to try that kit. Or, damn, I love all that detail instructions. So it's telling you different drop tanks. 600-gallon drop tank. Or 2 of the wing-mounted drop tanks. Your weapons loadout. Pylons. External hard points. Aim 7 sparrows, shows you the correct angle, which of course is 90 degrees. Your launch rails, pylons, your triple ejector racks, internal hard points, Aim 9 sidewinders, front view, rear view complete, boarding ladder if you want them. Sprue call out. You see there's a few things blacked out you're not going to use. And if you need to order new sprues in Japan only, there's your cost. That's it. What a lot of stuff. This is going to be a fun, interesting, complex, not a rush build. But there it is. There you have it. Zoukei Mura's F-4E Early Phantom. I like it. I think I'm going to have fun doing it. I've been doing some simple kits a lot lately, except for a Hasegawa ME262 from the 70s, which drove me up a wall. So I'm looking forward to something that's a little more complex and detailed and requires thought. So thanks for watching. Sit your ass at the bench and find something that you want to be challenged by. And just do it and enjoy your hobby. Enjoy your hobby. Don't make your hobby work. Thanks for watching.